finally, I just want to be able to tell you all personally that for me, you've all been more than an inspiration to me in my life, and that I do have love for every one of you, and you're very special to me, and I thank you for everything in the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Mario makes those beautiful Jeannie bottles. I don't know if you all have seen them, but he's got them on sale where we're doing our show today, so he's a great guy. Thank you. Thank you, Mario.
Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a big fan of the show. I've been a fan since I was walking, I think. And I can't tell you what this means to me. And I knew it was Barbara's birthday, so I had something for her. And I'm so sorry. I feel bad I don't have anything for the
Well, just give us money.
I can. I've got a little bit, but it's probably nothing to you.
Send them a couple
They don't
bucks.
care. They're guys.
But I have so many questions, but I'll try. I guess one I've always been curious about. I wondered if the episode, if you remember Hurricane Jeannie, was that filmed to be the last episode? And it was the one where everyone gets stranded at the Nelson house, and Dr. Bellows sees Jeannie doing magic, and the bottle ends up breaking on the coffee table. I was devastated at that scene. I remember that as a kid. But it ends up being a dream that Major Nelson's having at the end. And I heard a rumor that...
I'm sorry, we're a little late. We gotta go, guys.
All right, that's all we need to know. If that was supposed to be the last episode. I heard it was the last episode filmed. I just wondered.
Got me.
I forgot. That lasts so long, I forgot what you started to say.
I don't remember. Did you, Barbara?
I don't remember.
No, I don't. We shot so out of sequence. We didn't know what we were shooting when we were shooting it.
And we didn't know it was the last show. We thought we might be picked up, or we didn't have a last show, did we?
No,
well, I mean, we had an ending, but we didn't have something written like a...
I remember coming, after the fifth show, the fifth season, I remember I went to Brazil with my family, and we went down there for about a month, and I came back, and I went back to the studio to pick up something I had left in the dressing room, and I drove up to the guard gate, and he says, "Yes, can I help you?" I said, yeah, Larry Hagman, I Dream of Jeannie. He said, "There is no more Dream of Jeannie." And that's the way I found out we were being canceled. That's show business, folks.
Yeah. I was doing a terrible show called Small and Fry with Darren McGavin, and we were in our third week, and they had a Darren McGavin sandwich, and the third week his sandwich was not on the menu. That's how we found out the show was canceled. I'm serious. It was.
I don't remember how I found out. I guess I should know, because the lady remember Joy Hutchinson, who did my wardrobe.
Oh yeah.
Came into my dressing room and said, "Here, Barbara, you should have this." And I looked, and it was the bottle, all wrapped up. I should have known that was the end of it.
I wonder what that bottle is worth now. It's the only one left. The rest were stolen. You still have that, Barbara? You still have that bottle?
Oh yeah, I still have the bottle. It's in the bank now.
How much you want for it?
It is. You know, I used to have it out on a shelf, and we had an earthquake. Remember the big earthquake?
Yeah.
Everything in the house broke. And we tried to get into the library, and we couldn't open the door because the books had come down off of the shelf. When we finally got the door open, I kid you not, I swear, it was a pile of books, and right at the top was the bottle. Now it's in the bank.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for being here. I used to watch your show right around the time I watched my morning cartoons as a 5 to 10-year-old. So I was wondering, what was your favorite part of doing the show? I'm sure you've been asked that a lot, but what was your favorite thing? What do you miss most? Even after all these years from doing the show.
Oh, I miss the talk first. I miss the family. It was a family, and we were 5 years of going to work and seeing each other. We all, of course, in between times did our own thing, but it was a family. It was a warm unit. We had our ups and we had our downs, but it was consistent. And I really was a little depressed for a while after that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss the family too. It was great. We were still together. The only person we miss now is Hayden Rourke.
Yeah.
He passed away about
he was a
15
gem.
years ago. So.
What I missed was, I've done a lot of shows since then, Newhart and a few other things, but what I missed about that show is the way we worked and the way we did, and that never happened ever in any show I've ever done. It was just so wonderful to work that show with you two guys. I'm getting sentimental here. Wow.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Barbara, you're beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
We all know the character of Jeannie was very peace-loving and very warm and wonderful. But if she and Samantha Stevens from Bewitched got into a fight, who would win?
I think it would be a draw.
I've got a question for you, Barbara, I've been wanting to ask, and nobody has asked it. What was it like working with Irwin Allen on Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea?
Woohoo! Oh my goodness.
Ooh, I think I asked a good question.
Boy, he was a character. He'd come to work dressed like the old-time directors, you know, with the high boots and the riding jodhpurs, and he had a gun on the side of his, yeah.
Real gun?
Yes, and instead of action, Larry would love this, instead of action, he'd shoot the gun. So we'd all get ready for a shot. Peter Lorre hated it. He'd sit there and he'd start swearing before the gun ever popped. So talk about being prepared for a scene. You were never prepared. You were waiting for that gun to go off. It was invigorating.
I have a question for, Larry Hagman. Can you contrast the difficulties that you had playing Major Nelson to J.R. Ewing, and which role did you enjoy more?
Don't answer that.
Well, they're two different kind of shows, for sure. One is a comedy and the other is a comedy. Well, you know, a long time about 8 years went between the two different shows and so forth. But you know, I am from Texas, so I kind of fell into that part. Nobody in Dallas, the writers, directors, and the other actors, none of them were from Texas, and I was from a little town called Weatherford, which is about 60 miles west of Dallas. So Dallas was the hub, and I had finished my last 2 years of high school in Weatherford. And, you know, I knew the accent and the mindset and the kind of general Texas attitude towards the rest of the world, which is rather demeaning. Well, they're arrogant, and they have a reason to be. You know, they all had to fight for what they had. You know, they had to fight the Mexican government and the American government. And as a matter of fact, Texas is the only state in the Union that was a republic when it came in, and is allowed to fly the flag on the same level as the American flag. A little piece of absolutely useless information. But, what was the question again? No, there were two different shows at two different times, and both of them were wonderful. I'm a very lucky actor.
Good boy.
I'd
pay if I didn't say that right.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
You guys did Howling in the Woods. Were you invited, Bill, to do that movie as well? Because you guys worked from time to time with one another.
Bill who?
Bill Daly would.
Oh.
When Barbara and Larry did Howling in the Woods.
Yeah.
Were you invited to do that movie? Because we figured it was a movie that you should have been in since they were in there. I was wondering if you were ever invited to be in that movie.
No, I was invited here, actually. I just came in off the street. I saw Lair and I saw Barbara, and they've been really nice, allowing me to come up here.
Hi guys, appreciate you guys being here. Natalie and I are huge fans. Actually, before we got married, she was the one that introduced me to the show, and you know, we have all the seasons on DVD and watch it all the time. And I appreciate it. I had a quick question for you. In the last few years, there's been a surge of movies that have been made from television shows. And as far as I know, there hasn't been a I Dream of Jeannie movie made yet. And I think there's one in production for like 2012 or something like that. Obviously, no one could ever fill your roles as well as you did. But if you were to look at some of the actors and actresses that are around today, who would you imagine to play the roles that you guys played on the show?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't think anybody could fill Barbara's shoes. Lots of people have played my part before. They made a couple of movies
But
without
they
me.
did, but that wasn't
I'll tell you a little.
fault. We wanted you.
A little anecdote. I was doing Dallas, and I got a call from somebody, and they said, could Mr. Hagman show up for costume fitting on Monday? This is on a Friday. And I said, what's it for? They said, well, we're doing a remake of I Dream of Jeannie. I said, I'm sorry, nobody's approached me on this. And Bill Asher, who was producing it, called me a little while later, and he says, Larry, what is this? I hear you're not doing the show. NBC promised me that. I said, Bill, nobody approached me, and I didn't know anything about it. And I heard this. I'll call you later. I never heard from him again.
Well, when I doing the show, I thought Larry is going to be there. I'm putting into my uniform, and another guy is Wayne Rogers from what show he was on? Yeah, he was putting on. What are you doing in that uniform? He said, well, I'm playing Larry Hagman. That's the first time I saw that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah,
Bizarre. That's show business, you know.
yeah. I think the guy who played with me would probably be George Clooney. Very much alike and worked that way. And